Good evening.
Yeah. Oh, Bertrand, good evening.
Good evening, sir. How are you today?
Good
Yeah, I'm
evening.
good, thank you. I think my children are surprised that I'm home at this time. I had the opportunity to come home early. I had someone who was coming to my quarters, so I said, let me just get in so that he gives me a ride. That's why I'm home now. The chairman just asked about the quorum being met. I think a quorum is not met, but as he says, I want us to dive into something else, as he really put it. The more reason is that I am concluding the report that I on my visit to the M polio in Cameroon and in the world, and my visit to Etoile Rotary Club tomorrow, yesterday with Bertrand. So tomorrow I will be concluding the report and forwarding it to the chairman for review before sending it to the forum. My visit out there was not fruitless, it was fruitful because actually I learned a lot. And I also did my little contribution to what, where I could. So I did not actually do something, but I met JRCCA and the Tyrone Rotary Club in Georgia, USA, in Cameroon and Africa proud. Over to you, Chairman.
Yeah, the quorum is not formed, so that means that we will move our, this was a makeup meeting from yesterday. So I thought that even though a quorum is not met, but this is really, we take this opportunity to strengthen a few things, because I should give credit to those who are able to make up here. The credit could be a sort of taking some questions briefly on how you think your one individual leadership is, your leadership is, or certain things that you may benefit just quickly from the chairman, and how you can do your presentation in the future, like next week and all that good stuff, or anything that you think that you can sharpen your leadership on. I can be able to entertain that, and we can do this just in the next 15 minutes, and then we move on to next week. So the one thing that comes to my mind was Mr. Raymond talks about somebody giving him a ride. Is this a challenge question? Do you guys ever had time to go back the beginning when you started BHO to see what those goals that we set, and see if they are still alive, some that we can check our book and say this is complete or this is still incomplete? Because in the goals, I saw that there was one of the goals that talked about a van transportation. Because we set those goals. Some of the goals, look at the goals. Some of the goals are goals that you put them as short-term. These are things that we do regularly. And then some are long-term goals. When you set those short-term and long-term goals, don't keep your eye off those goals. So when you just mentioned that to me, it takes me back to the goal concept that we had set some long-term goals. Well, at what time do we visit some of those long-term goals? Because we say long-term. I think the transportation is one of them. So maybe we can go visit that and see, since we are putting this Rotary grant together, figure out, because I guarantee you there's some way that fits in. So don't put your eyes off that pedal. So that's just my kind of enrichment, call this enrichment recap. So what do you guys have? So you can just think about it and say it. Over.
Yes, Chairman, I think I will give the chance to the BHO to respond, because the people from the BHO, they were there from the beginning. I joined in later. Maybe Bertrand, Maloflin, Niruben can contribute in that aspect before I come in. Over to you, BHO.
Yes, thank you so much, Accountant. Yes, the chairman, you're right, there are long-term goals since in the time of Malcolm Forbin, the former president. So we'll just look at the archives and the books to see if they have been written somewhere or typed, because we are going to go through all the reports that I've been typing since I joined the organization to verify those goals. If they were not typed, I think we'll get to some of the documents here in the office. We can take that activity for next week and really go through all the documents to see those long-term goals and then sort them out. Okay.
Yeah, so we actually had some classes that you guys can take note. We had classes on how to write smart goals and action steps. We had classes on how to write smart goals and action steps. We had classes on management and leadership. Those smart goals action steps with Dr. Sam and Carol, management consulting with Barrister. And if you can look at those, you will see that in there's a long-term goal. I know we talk about mobile van. We talk about mobile vans. It's there. It falls under the health and sanitation. I think this is a time that we should go revisit that and see if that can also be incorporated into the grant. That's the kind of thing that I think if you go into the Steve report, the justification for what you're doing, I think that's the reason why. This is just me talking, Mr. Bertrand. You want to be specific. If the ambassador is giving you the grant, I think what she is aiming at, she believes that you have this data, that you guys can collect this data and put it there where you're supposed to put it, not how to do the application. The information that you already have need to be input there, and then send it over to whoever needs to do what piece and all that, and that help accountant to be able to put the budget together. And that's the way I'm looking at it, because it was specifically given to ambassador to do what she's got to do on there, and then send it over to us to do it for you, and then we go from there. So that mobile van, I know is there. If somebody goes through the goals and action step, I can guarantee you that that mobile van is part of what we had a long-term goal. So we might visit that. So, all right, the goals are written. All right, anything else, BHO, before we round this up?
Just a quick one, Chairman. Can we now write a project for a transportation van and include in the grants, global grants, power joint teachers, vocational and agricultural projects?
So let me try to reframe your question. Are you saying that you have identified a reason why you want to include, or a program why you want to include the need? You've identified a need that will be included, maybe under mobile, whatever, health and sanitation, that, or whatever you have thought through of what you think, because the application is basically what? A need, right? That you want to express. Is there a need? Have you seen it in the app? Because you guys had the application a long time ago. Do you see a need for a mobile van in there that you want to say, hey, we should be including this mobile van under diseases for disease, whatever? Is that the way? Is that a question you are asking, or you asking me what I should have you to put in there? And if you ask it, I'll say yes. But it's up to you to see the reason why I cannot be saying yes when you don't have a need.
Okay, all right, understood. Over to you, BHO.
Yes, in support of to that question, I see that there is a need for a van for the agricultural project that we are going to execute, because on agriculture, our people, our indigenous people will need a van to transport their crops to the market, their foodstuffs to the market to sell and to help themselves. So I see a need for that to add to the grant.
All right. This is my opinion. If I were to look at a reasonable need for a van, that will fall under the health and sanitation, under the health, and not under the farm. I will rather prefer a van. If I were to sponsor, like to sponsor a van in the health department, there may be an option for that, for the farmers to be transporting their food crop back and this. That could be another thing that can be. But I'm mostly been focusing on a van for the mobile van concept, whereby we can get a patient from the world headquarters to Njaitu. We can get a patient from Zone 5 way to Bamenda. We can get a patient from Bamenda, because I had patients that left from Bamenda to Yaoundé currently right now. Yeah, that the van can be used for that operation. That goes in line with humanitarian more deeply, you know, where there is no, and that one will also show me that we need to have a mechanic. If the van breaks down, that's part of vocation. You need to train somebody who will be able to maintain the van, right? It's not going to, the conflict of interest. We're not going to benefit from the van, but we definitely, other people are going to benefit. The mechanic that is in charge of that van will benefit. But when you talk of farmers, you know, farmers bringing their food, that to me more commercial. It automatically look at it from a commercial point. That's just a point that I'm trying to raise. But will you not carry a farmer who is running from this and that in there? That's a given. So that's why I will support the idea that Mr. Raymond is bringing, that our health department, a mobile van will help us go around, go to the indigenous people in a way, go far beyond to the health screening.
Yeah.
Health screening. You can use a mobile van, go to Way Village from the world headquarters, do a health screening for the people out there. Vice versa, you can take it, go to SWA from Zone 1 to Zone 2. You got to hire your driver. You got to hire your technician. Veteran had an opportunity to talk with the president of the Tyrone Rotary Club. What was the one thing you remember, Mr. Veteran, that the president of the Tyrone Rotary Club asked you? Just one thing.
The president of Tyrone Rotary Club asked, thank you, the president of Tyrone Rotary Club asked the means in which the indigenous people used to do or carry out their farming, or carry out their activities on the farm. They use
point of correction.
What about food?
He asked you for a business plan. So remember that.
Yes.
The big thing that is a business plan. So really sit down with Mr. Raymond and say, what is a business plan? And you guys can think. Business plan basically incorporate all those things. A business plan, everything that you're talking, it's like that that thing. So that's the thing that he's a business plan. Yeah. Okay. Anything else? Governing council leader, Ni Ruben. Anything?
The necessity for the bank is actually nice.
Okay. All right. Accountant.
Just to
Okay, go ahead.
Just to let accountant know about our staff meeting that we have just held a few minutes ago with the chairman today. That we were trained on some points that we could not do in our NGO well. So we got this, that if we are not the way it is supposed to be done currently, then we are disgracing the honorable, who is our ambassador, our head, that is working with us here. Honorable Chairman says it is not a duty of the honorable to teach us on that our own bad behavior that we are having here at the BHO, because we did not do things the way it was supposed to be done. Like, for example, we're supposed to send activity logs on time, but we are always not we are not always sending it on time. That's one of the bad behavior. And if we do not communicate information, so that is some of the behavior that we are not doing well. So
point of correction. Point of correction. Point of correction. When I talk of activity log, I did not say you are not sending it on time. You are sending activity logs that are not complete. They are not correct, complete. That's what I'm trying to focus on. And so the corrective action that the chairman takes is that for this month, I've asked Mr. Beturan to put it the way he was putting it, which was correct, to assist so that everybody should know what right looks like. That's how the chairman, the JRCCA as a solution. He sees a problem, he fix it. So that's number one. What is the next one? Because that teaching means that everybody will sit down, itemize those things. For example, you've given one. That's how the chairman, this is how it's supposed to be done. We don't just say it. The issue of activity log, I've asked Mr. Beturan, I will pay Beturan specifically to do that for me. I'm not taking away Beturan's assignment from the Honorable and Dr. Sam, and whatever a governing council and the president gives him. However, if president doesn't give him assignment, governing council doesn't give him assignment, can you take from where you do not put? You cannot take when you don't have. If you do not put anything, that's it. So, but I've been watching Beturan has been giving assignment and is following up. That's why this meeting, I wanted to hold this meeting to vote on that. So that will be on the motion for next week. So the other behavior was that what? That's how you discuss on this behavior. You list them and you resolve them. What's the next one?
Other behavior was that if the next one is if a document is being written in French, and we know that our
audience.
We know that
our
audience, people in the our members, our audience, our audience are English speaking people, and so we need to look for someone to translate the French language to the English version.
Perfect.
So
what's the next thing?
When we post the
good job. What's the next issue and the solution? Like payment of utility. That's another problem. What else?
Yes.
Explain that.
Yes. Yeah, payment of utilities, we need to state 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 the things that we want to get money for. We need to put everything down, itemize everything, and send. Because like the documentation bill this month, I went and to the documentation and they itemized the bills and put on the receipt and give the real amount of the money so that everything goes with transparency and clean work. So that is one of the.
And that helps.
And
That
also
helps your accountant. Yeah, because you're gonna give all these things to your accountant, who will be able to put his records together accurately. Okay. What else?
And also the electricity bills. The light bill, the electricity bills, that is, it was pending, not paid, because we did not communicate. So that is some of the bad behavior. So we need to communicate things that we know that we need to do. We communicate. Yeah.
Well, I don't want to.
Correct, Chairman.
I don't want to take. I know you are the way for the electricity bill. Let me not fault you for that. Let me say this is what it is. The only part that you love there is that for your electricity bill, you needed to follow up. You had communicated it. Make sure I give you. You did a good job. Make no mistake. You had communicated it, but one of the ways, I'm not gonna fault you to this because I think you're gonna learn from it. One of the ways that when you are working with policies and procedures, the way that you make things happen is to follow up. To follow up. You can easily say, hey, just a reminder, because you are tracking, you know that, hey, electricity is due today and we missed that. No, before that even comes to the point of missing, you're gonna say, hey, guys, my president, governing council, do something here. That's follow up. And at some point in time, if you follow up and you see that somebody is stalling, somebody is not working, doing things right, you do what? You step up, you go to the next person. And the final person that will get things done is the chairman. Because if chairman knows that September bills, you coming to a chairman, it's just like you filing your complaint. You have to do your own part. Don't just file a frivolous complaint against somebody when you do not do your own piece. But again, you have to do the work to see that it's happening. When you sit and think, because you're working from Monday through Fridays, there's a way. We are training you to be a professional. Think and act like a professional. So you did a good job. You communicated the utility bills, but the only slight thing that you failed on was to follow up to see that you do not get your light disconnected. Yeah, so that was just some of those things. But you know, there are so many things that need to be done right. The workshop for you not failing to sit down, do a workshop on your own business place like there so that new members come in, they know what is going on with the organization. It's another big challenge. And I repeat, you owe a duty of care to sit down with the honorable, explain what the organization has been up to. We have a lawyer, we have a legal advisor, we have this thing going on with the organization. You think of those things, list those things. You have a court order. The lawyer has put a court order on the past president for mal, miss, and non-feasant. None of us here can. And you show her, you have the documentation, everything from the registration, from all that. She needs to know from up front. Same as any new member that comes into the organization, you got to put in a place, if you not put that, so that when I am taking over, I'm making decisions, I know that everybody is aware of what it is, because it's fair. It's only fair to say that. But what do you think, accountant?
The same line.
Okay. So that is pretty much our own. This is an enrichment a seminar that because we did not have a quorum, we use this as an enrichment in seminar. So without much ado, we are happy to say that this is an enrichment seminar. Because we did not have a quorum, we decided to use this as an enrichment seminar that we are going to go out of here and be able to be the messengers, so that when we do all these things the right way, we are really giving honor to our honorable. And there are many of them who are supposed to be coming on. Honorable has his other honorable that are coming up. So, folks, what do you guys think before we wrap this up? BHO.
A quick question, Chairman.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Okay. It's a general question that if a SMART goal and action step has not yet been submitted on a meeting, and due to an unforeseen one or two reasons, like the case of mine, is that member or that volunteer okay to continue with the SMART goal and action step since it has been postponed to another date for approval? Can that volunteer still continue working with the SMART goal, or wait till the motion is being approved?
That is a good question. Accountant, what do you think about it? If I understand HRD, sorry, Mr. Veteran is saying that, if Veteran, correct me, you are saying that you presented your SMART goal and action step at the SNT, but we did not have the opportunity to vote for it on Wednesday during the business meeting. Your question is, can you go ahead to action to put your SMART goal and action step? Could you start working on your SMART goal and action step? Is that a question?
Yes, Chairman.
Okay. What do you think, accountant?
Yeah, Chairman, it doesn't only apply to Veteran, but it's a general question as he put it. I think in this case, I think it's a special case. The person that wrote the goal and action step can contact the chairman behind the scene to seek for advice on the way forward. Over to you, Chairman.
That answer from accountant is a sticky reminder that accountant is a professional. He is sticking on policies and procedure. Namely that if the policy says we got to vote it before it gets executed, that is how it's gonna go. The exception, if there's any exception going to be granted, it is going to be routed under the SNT behind the scene, go to the chairman, seek for clarification. I guarantee you, when you do like that, the chairman is definitely going to make a decision. The chairman is either going to make a decision by saying, yes, go ahead, or no, if it's me, I'm not going to make a decision without consulting my board. So I will definitely, if I were in the position of an accountant, I will behave like accountant, think and act like him, correct. Go behind the scenes, seek guidance, because that's where there's some doubt or clarification need to be. You go behind the scene, talk to your chairman, and you get better advice. That's the kind of a management that we are talking about, JRCCA. You got that decision, you got that input from the accountant?
Loud and clear.
Very good question. Very good question. But look, because you want to be training your staff to be, because before I go to the chairman, independently, I will look at this. Okay, and then that's why you have calendar. you look at the urgency of it. If there's a time limit, okay, what is the next meeting? Where, because this thing is going to be voted. When is the next voting coming up? 31st, right?
Yep.
No, when is the next business meeting? 31st? You guys should have a calendar on your wall. If you cannot, I work by calendar. So Wednesday is the 1st, or no, on the 1st. Wednesday is the 1st of November, right?
Yes, Chairman.
You guys should have this calendar. First of, so
Yes,
and then you look at your SMART goal. If you want to do some action on it, you see, okay, if there's an urgency, that's when I would run to the chairman, like Mr. Raymond articulated. I say, oh, chairman, my SMART goal and action step was supposed to be voted on Wednesday, but due to this is, what can I do? If there's something that you need to do within that time, I will look at that. If there's an urgency, I'll convene the board right away and we vote on that. Or we can, there's so many things that will happen, but that's the procedure. That is a procedure. Very right, Mr. Raymond. Very right. Very right. Because we are doing with the real life situation. Real life situation. I'm glad we are asking this question. All right. So women empowerment, notice that is Mr. Veteran's SMART goal. You're supposed to have one too. Articulate things like that. Work directly with me. Put your agenda. Then you ask the president. The other ones, you encourage them. We encourage one another and help and guide. So I will throw you this challenge. So are you telling me that those who did not attend the Rotary Club of Etoile, because I didn't see nobody reacted on the thing. I want to know why so, no, or you just how did that fall through the cracks that nobody comment? Even the guys that represented you guys there, I didn't see nobody even comment on what these guys did. Well, that's fine. Keep doing what you're doing. But I thought somebody would have commented on that report from Mr. Raymond. So, Mr. Raymond, when are you going to put your report up? Oh, you are mute. Mr. Raymond is mute, yeah.
Sorry, I muted my phone since children are making noise in the house. Tomorrow will be the latest date.
Okay.
But
I will recommend that you add those your pictures on there. If you want me to go over it before you publish it, I'll be glad to do with you. Yeah.
Sure. I'm going to report. I'll just conclude tomorrow and forward to you for perusals.
All right. All right. So because we do not have a quorum, ladies and gentlemen, we decided to do this as an enrichment forum where everybody could ask a question related to policies and procedures on how to sharpen each and everyone's leadership. And I thought this was an opportunity that we could do that, and so be it. And I'm hoping that each and everyone was enriched in one way or the other. At this moment in time, we will go to our closing remarks. I will start with BHO.
Yeah, thank you, Chairman, for this opportunity. Thank Mr. Raymond for joining us and Mr. Bechan, the General Council leader. Thank all of us for being present here in this our brief meeting. Today we're supposed to hold our business meeting, but we have we have discussed other things that are beneficiaries. So thank God that our chairman is there 24/7 to ask questions anytime, any hour that we need him. So, and we pray that God should continue to bless him and make him to be strong and add more knowledge and wisdom so that he will continue to drill us in this wonderful. Thank you. The meeting has been a good one. Thank everybody for contributing. Thanks. Over.
All right, thank you so much, Chairman. Thank you, Mr. Raymond, and Governance General Council Leader for this wonderful brief meeting. It was not actually planned for this conversation, but it turned out to be a very positive, successful one. So thank you, Chairman, for this opportunity for us asking our questions and clarifying some of our doubts as we have just done now. So it's been a wonderful and a good meeting. So I wish everyone a good night and a good afternoon to everybody. Thank you. Over to the General Council Leader.
Thank you very much for the great meeting just taken place in a good manner, and that all what we have deliberated are being understood. Thank you, over.
Okay, that is the BHO. For now, we have just 3 of us here. Over to the USA. Over to accountant.
Yeah, thank you. Just a QR with BHO. The enriching seminar was really rich. Good evening to everyone. Good afternoon. See you tomorrow.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you again. It is a show of respect to those of you who showed up. I think that the enrichment seminar turns out to be something beneficial that we will take this and go to empower, encourage, and inspire the rest. Good night. Meeting adjourned.
Thank you. Bye.